Welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal channel. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. Something has changed about Arsenal and something has changed about Gabriel Martinelli. The question is, what has changed? Gabriel Martinelli has now scored 3 goals in his last 3 Champions games this campaign, and then he scored 4 in all competitions for Arsenal this campaign, and the season is just beginning. Now, to put that into context for you, last season, Gabriel Martinelli played about 43 games in the Champions League and the Premier League combined, and he scored only 10 goals. This season, he's only played about 11 games or about 10 games, and he's already scored 4. So what is changing with Gabriel Martinelli? He's scoring more this campaign. Even if he's coming off the bench, even if he's starting games, he's impacting games better, and he's just becoming a much better player. And in the summer, I'm one of the people who said it is time to move on. If Gabriel Martinelli can't score the goals, can't create the chances, maybe it is time to move on. And boy, oh boy, I was wrong. Gabriel Martinelli has now become great again. And for Arsenal, you really want this. You want players like Gabriel Martinelli to be in form. You want players like Gabriel Martinelli to be playing at their best because he's very clinical. He can take on players 1v1. He's very quick as well. And listen, I think there was a time when we all said Gabriel Martinelli is Arsenal's best finisher. That was, I think, in the 2022-23 campaign and also in the 2021-22 campaign. He was one of Arsenal's best finishers in the Premier League and in the Champions League as well. So in this video, I'm asking the question, what has changed? And I'm also trying to answer that as well. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Let me know, why do you think Martinelli has changed? Why do you think he's better? And do you think he can actually keep up this run of form? I mean, it's incredible. The goals he's scoring are incredible. The goals he was missing last season, for example, that goal that he scored against Atletico Madrid, he missed that same exact goal against PSG last campaign. Same run from Lewis Kelly, same assist, and it's the same angle. This time, he bends it better and far away from Jan Oblak. Now, for me, I think one of the things that we've got to talk about is his clinical level. I think you could say it has gone up, or you can actually say he has found his goal-scoring boots again. And that is not a lie. This guy, whenever he's on the ball and is in front of goal, everything just seems to be working for him. Everything just seems to be clicking. I mean, I'm talking about a guy that has already scored goals that have been disallowed this campaign. So if you add all the goals that he scored this campaign, he's scored about 6 goals already in 10 games. That is remarkable. Remarkable for a player that doesn't start every single game. Remarkable for a player that has come off the bench for Eze, that has come off the bench for Leandro Trossard. For remarkable for a player that is not even starting every single game and is putting in these numbers. So I think his clinical level has gone up, and I really can't explain why. Could be psychological, that the introduction of Madueke and the introduction of maybe Eze has just woken him up as a player. That could be a reason, or something else. I don't know why he has found his goal-scoring boots again, but I'm glad that he actually did. And then there is something that you've noticed, and probably I have noticed as well, and this is Gabriel Martinelli is better when he plays closer to goal as compared to far away. Now, he's a much better player if you play him in a position where he's not trying to stretch the pitch as much as possible, but he's coming narrow, and those chances are falling onto him while he's closer to goal. And that can explain the goals that he has scored this campaign, all of them. Don't believe me? Let me walk you through the goals he has scored this campaign, and you'll understand. Let's start off with the latest that he scored against Atletico Madrid. So Miles Lewis Kelly is on the ball in the center of the pitch. He dribbles past 1, he dribbles past 2, and dribbles past 3. When Miles Lewis Kelly is on the ball at the center of the pitch, Gabriel Martinelli is as wide as possible. He's trying to stretch the pitch as wide as possible, right? He's almost on that, he's almost on the touchline. But as Lewis Kelly progresses into the advanced areas of the pitch, Martinelli is not keeping his position on the touchline, but he's coming narrower and narrower. He's coming inside the penalty area. And when that ball is played from the feet of Lewis Kelly, it actually finds Gabriel Martinelli inside the penalty area. And that is how we get the goal. He bends it on the far corner, and the rest is history. Now, if you compare that to the Gabriel Martinelli was getting the same chances, but this time these chances were far away from goal, that explains the goals, right? Then you can think about the Olympiacos goal. Victor Gyökeres is through on goal. It's a very, very good chance. Powers it past the goalkeeper, and then the goalkeeper kind of makes a very, very good save, but it goes onto the post, and guess who's there right in front of goal to finish off? It's Gabriel Martinelli. Think about the Manchester City goal. Again, he's making a run in the middle of goal, right? That Eze plays the ball on top of the defense, but it drops just in front of goal. And of course, we know he can finish. Of course, we know he's clinical, and he just puts it above Gigi Donnarumma. So if there is one thing that has helped Gabriel Martinelli this season very much, is playing him closer to goal. And then I would say this, the advanced starting position that Mikel Arteta is giving him as well. I think for Arsenal wingers, last season and prior to this season, they had to go deep to pick up the ball and then drive with it. You know, you had to work hard. You had to work so much harder in order for you to be in this team, in order for you to qualify to be in this team. And that was so tiring. When you look at the top wingers, Salah, Jeremy Doku, at times they do come deep, but in most cases, there is someone who's doing the donkey work for them, and the ball finds them in the final third. They're well rested and they're ready to go at the opposition. I think Gabriel Martinelli and Saka are both benefiting from that, and that is courtesy of the introduction of Martin Zubimendi. He picks up the ball in deeper areas with Declan Rice, and that means Eze, Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, Leandro Trossard, they don't have to come deep. All they've got to do is wait in the final area, stay as high as possible. When you pick up the ball, create havoc. Then there is the competition. Obviously, Eze and Madueke coming in. We cannot talk about why Martinelli is better, and we don't talk about the competition. Eze is such a phenomenal player. Plays on the left. He's played on the left hand side of the attack. He's also played in the middle. Madueke, my goodness, like he came into Arsenal and became this monstrous, technical player, and he's just become a much better player, at Arsenal, right? So maybe Gabriel Martinelli looks at Eze and he looks at Madueke and he's like, oh boy, I've got to wake up. And finally, rest and reset. I've said this before. Arsenal players are playing so many games, and it's not just Arsenal players. I don't want to be selfish. It's not just Arsenal players. It is players around the world. They're playing a lot of minutes. Like I said, Gabriel Martinelli played 43 games in the Champions League and Premier League alone last campaign. And then think about it. When do these guys get to rest, right? But this season, Martinelli has started just a few games. He started one, I think, in the Champions League. He started about 1 or 2 in the Premier League. He's getting enough time to rest and reset as well. So if you think that this video is true, give it a thumbs up. And if you think I'm not right, let me know why in the comment section below.